What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Phil and Leroy the Judgmental Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is Phil back in the house.
And I'm Leroy. So what's going on, Phil?
Not much. Just sitting back, waiting for these Eagles to get it going.
You got any hopes?
Well, this is the easier part of our schedule, so I'm looking for some wins here on out. Not saying like we're going to win every game, but we got a better chance because we just had a rough ass schedule.
Right. Well, like Philip said, the Eagles are at Las Vegas playing against the Las Vegas Raiders. Eagles are 2-4, and the Raiders are 4-2. The over and under is 48.5, and the Eagles are a 1 point underdog. Why is there? The key injury. One of the key injuries is Darren Waller, their best player, tight end, is not going to play today. I think that's why the point spread is so low like that.
They're not that good, even though their records say they 4-2. They're not that good. They just a middle of the pack team. So without Waller, we definitely got a better chance.
Right. So, okay, the question for you is how many carries is Miles Sanders going to get today?
Carries?
Yes.
I'm going to say 7.
Damn, that's low. He got 9 last week.
And the week before that, he had 2. So,
so 7. So is he going to be the highest running back with the amount of carries? Okay. Damn, you don't have no hopes then.
No, I'm going by with the quarterback. What he averaged? He probably averaged around 7 or 8 carries a game.
Mm-hmm. For the Eagles, Anthony Harris is injured with a groin, and Kevon Wallace, safety for the Eagles, is out with his he tore his shoulder trying to tackle Ezekiel Elliott, right?
I didn't even know he was on the team.
Yeah, I think he tore his shoulder trying tackling Zeke.
So he injured reserve?
Yeah, he's out. Mm-hmm. So what do you think the score is going to be?
I'm going to keep it low, maybe like 23-17.
Okay, now how many touchdowns, interceptions is Jalen Hurts going to?
23-17. Hold on. Hurts. I'm saying Hurts will maybe throw for 1 and maybe rush 2.
Okay, no interceptions.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna say Eagles 24, Raiders 24-17. Jalen Hurts
pretty much the same.
Jalen Hurts to have 2 passing TDs, and let's go 2 TDs, 1 interception.
Okay. Any rushing TDs?
No, I'm a keep hope alive that they'll run the ball, so he won't be having any rushing TDs. I'm gonna say Miles Sanders. I'm gonna say Miles Sanders is going to have. You said 7. I'm a say. I'm a double that, and with 14, I'm a double it. I'm a double your 7 with 14. Because
I set him down in my fantasy because he ain't get nothing. Did he even get 14? He might have got 14 one time this year.
Yeah. He can't keep passing the football like this. I'm talking about Nick. Nah, I ain't talking about Jalen.
Right. So it's been all over ESPN, all of the radio shows, all of the newspaper, all on the big networks. Everybody's saying he don't run the ball with Miles Sanders. He hasn't spoken on it, and he hasn't changed his mindset. I understand it.
Right. So hopefully he take all that stuff into consideration and just run the football. Hopefully they come out running the football instead of coming out all pass happy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, y'all.
So only once this year.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say only once this year he's had over 14 carries.
And what game was that?
The first game of the season, he had 15.
All right, so they're gonna go back, and they won that game, so they're gonna go back. We're gonna go back, and he gonna take a throwback. in doubles
Well,
carries.
why would it take so long to realize that though?
That's your coach. I don't know. It's like he's trying to prove a point or something.
When he had 9 carries last week and 11
Yes.
carries the week before that, then 7, then 2. Like, come on now. He don't even use Miles Sanders.
Yep. And like you said, Miles Sanders should say something about that.
Mm-hmm. The Bull got a good average. He does damage with the ball when he get enough, carries, and they still won't give him the ball. I would
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to this old timer at work, and he was telling me that Miles Sanders was supposed to have been the starter over Saquon, but he had got hurt in college, and that's how Saquon took the job. See, I thought he was just Saquon's backup. You know how in college most starters and backups are both like high recruits, or you know what I mean.
Right.
So I
Oh,
thought he was
oh,
just one of
you
those
oh,
situations.
you mean how Barry Sanders was Thurman Thomas's backup? You talking about like
Mm-hmm.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Like the
We see who turned out to be the better running back.
oh, they both in the Hall of Fame, so does it matter? So what's so funny? They
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because when I say I like Marvin Harrison over Terrell Owens, you put up a fight, but you never reply back. Well, they both in the Hall of Fame.
oh, Marvin Harrison, or you mean Randy Moss?
Marvin Harrison.
You think Marvin Harrison is better than Terrell Owens?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, man!
They both in
No.
the Hall of Fame. Ain't that your reply? Ain't that your reply? That's the only thing I want to hear. They both in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, so when you playing Madden and you making creating your own team, and you had a choice between Terrell Owens and Marvin Harrison as your wide receiver, who would you pick?
Marvin Harrison. His hands are on like 90. Like he catches everything. Terrell Owens did lead the league in drops 3 times, so we know how that goes.
Okay, who had more reception yards, Marvin Harrison or Terrell Owens?
Who played longer?
Who had more touchdowns?
Who played with better quarterbacks their whole career?
Well, shit, Marvin Harrison played with Peyton Manning. So what you Dan? You said that, yeah, you had a smile on your face when I said that. Marvin Harrison played with Peyton Manning. So what you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah.
When he came to the league, Peyton Manning was the Hall of Fame quarterback that he turned out to
Oh,
be.
here you go. Here you go. So Terrell Owens had more. He probably had more receptions, more reception yards,
He
and
ain't
more
got more.
touchdowns.
He don't have more receptions.
Okay, so he got
He
more,
got more yards and he got more touchdowns.
but and he still dropped passes. But yet he's
Yes,
beating him in two categories.
that's okay. The one that matters is catching the ball, and he losing in that one because he dropped more.
Okay. Well, all right, y'all. We'll be back at halftime. Again, we do a pregame, a halftime, and a postgame. And the postgame, we'll try to have a person from the visiting team. Hopefully, it's somebody from Las Vegas to come and join us. Last game, I couldn't get anyone, so let's make it. Let's hope that we can get one this time. They might Las Vegas. They might
All
be out trying to gamble or some shit.
right.
Well, all right, y'all. We be back.
All right.
Eagles!
All right, we back. The Eagles are losing at halftime, 7-17. Some quick little stats here. Jalen Hurts is 5 for 10 for 62 yards, 1 touchdown. Did he throw an interception? No, that's Derek Carr.
No,
That
he
threw an
didn't.
interception. That was Derek Carr. I'm sorry. Our boy Miles Sanders and Philip. I guess you won this one. He's 6 carries for 30 yards. He went out with an ankle injury. He didn't. I don't know if he's. Did they say he was coming back or not?
He's probably not, but they didn't say.
Okay. Devontae is two receptions of 28 yards. On the Raiders, Derek Carr. Derek Carr already has 21 completions on 23, but 215 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. That's way too many damn passes.
But the thing is, that most of his passes are short passes with no pressure on them, and he's been complete. He completed like 17 passes in a row, all short passes. You would think our defense would get hip to that shit.
Right. So we have Jacob 6 carries for 29 yards on the receiving end. We have Renfro 5 for 46. And my fantasy football player Ruggs is 4 for 24 yards. This is some shitty play on both teams, by the way. And the Eagles started off so good. And I was like, yes, I was like, damn, they running the football. They listen to what everybody said. At that first drive, that was it. Go
Yep,
ahead.
but I also say it's poor officiating because that was a clear fumble, no fumble, and they still made it a fumble.
Right.
His knee was on the ground, the ball then came out. And then that last first down that Renfro picked up, he got tackled right before the first down. They didn't look at the replay. They ain't show nothing on it. They just said, oh, he got the first down. That's the reason why Derek Carr was rushing to the thing because he wanted to make sure they didn't look at it. Well, when he caught it, he flopped, and then the Eagle was right there to touch him. And then he like bounced again after he got touched. And that's how he got the first down. That was some bullshit.
Right. I don't know if the Eagles are lucky or is the Raiders that bad because they should be down way more than 10 points.
Well, I say, I see that's what you look at it. I say, like, if that wasn't a fumble, you know what I mean? If that wasn't a first down, like these refs got to do better. But our coach is still calling a shitty job because we haven't taken one shot down the field.
Yep.
They secondary ain't built like that. We can throw the ball down the field. We get no pressure on their quarterback. Carr just sitting there dinking and dunking, killing us.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And like you said, there's always these little short passes that he's made, that he's throwing.
Mm-hmm.
And well, one thing I could say about Jalen is he does throw to Devontae. He does throw passes to Devontae and try to get him involved. The one positive thing I could say about it, but
Right. And I don't like how the announcer said, well, he got 2 drop passes in the first quarter. I was like, bullshit. One pass was in the dirt. He didn't have a chance to catch it. And the
right.
other one was way behind him. He like twisted and got like one hand on it, but that wasn't no his fault. So that don't count as a drop.
Exactly. So what you want to see in the second half?
I want to see more passes mid to down the field, like not the short pass. Throw it to like the tight end down the field, like they opened that first drive. We threw like 2 nice passes to Goddard, I think it was.
Yes.
Throw the ball down the field. That's what I want to see. Put some pressure on the court. Like that was a dumbass call too. That's how you know we got a rookie coach. It could have been 4th and 3.
Yes.
But he took a damn 3rd and 15 just so they can bust our ass.
That's why I said the Eagles is lucky because after that, that's when Carr threw an interception, which they should have had a touchdown there.
Right. So that was a dumbass rookie call. And even going for it, it was a 4th down, 4th and 2, and we went for it at like the 30. That was a dumbass play. He would have never got hurt to end up. We wouldn't have got that first down.
Yep. Well, I guess that's the new thing now is going for it on 4th down like that. There's nothing wrong with punting the ball.
Now I can understand if you got you're on the other end of the field. That way, if you do turn the ball over right there, at least they still got a half a field to go. But you at the 30, they already in field goal range with 1 pass.
Yep. So we'll be back at for a post game show. No one answered my messages yet, so we'll see if we have a guess.
All right.
All right.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously.
Well, all right, everyone. The game is over. The Eagles lose 22-33. Some quick stats real quick. Jalen Hurts, 18 for 34, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing, we got Miles Sanders, he was hurt, 6 for 30. And Scott was 7 for 24. Receiving, we got Goddard with 3 for 70. Seemed like he caught the ball more than 3 times.
Most of his work came in the first half. I ain't seen him do nothing in the second half.
Devontae, 5 for 61 yards. On the Raiders side, you have Carr, 31 for 34, 323 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rushing, you got Drake, 16 carries for 69 yards. On the receiving front, we have Moreo, 6 receptions for 60 yards, and Renfro, 7 for 58. So we have a guest here. We have Chris. How do you pronounce your last name, Chris?
Refuerzo.
Okay, Chris Refuerzo, Raiders fan. Stop from Stockton, California.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you live next to Nick and Nate Diaz, huh?
Oh, yeah. I'm in the backyard.
All right. So since you are a guest, what do you think about the Raiders? This game, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a loaded question with all that's been happening this year if it was just about the Raiders. It's a great team win this week. It looked like a clean win also, which is really encouraging. Sometimes it's hard to really get a pulse on, what we're doing in a game. And so this game looked really kind of straight up with a good game plan, and we executed.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right, Philip, what's your thoughts on this Eagles game?
I think the defense was horrible. There's no way Carr should be 92% on a completion percentage. That's ridiculous. And every play you saw our linebackers just on the ass end of every play. They can't do shit. That's our biggest weakness on defense, them linebackers. They give up the run, they give up the short passes all game.
Yep. And you forgot to mention about the offensive line.
Oh, the offensive line is like just tore up from the floor up. Because I think we had 2 rookies out there, and even the veterans, they was just fucking up. You know what I mean? Even, like, what happened on that fumble? Who hand hit the ball? Like, that's ridiculous. That's like some rookie fucking Pee Wee League shit.
Right. And so Howard Roseman need to go. Hopefully this is his last year. He really needs to go. And defensive coordinator, we need another one. And offense coordinator, I can't really call it because it's the coach that's calling the plays, and he does a piss poor job at calling plays.
See, I think not the offensive coordinator. I think the head coach and the defensive coordinator and Howie Roseman, those all 3 need to go.
In his first year?
Yep. Because you don't listen. You don't listen to basic fundamentals of football. Like, why would you go for it on? I mean, not take the 4th and 3 and let them get 3rd and 15 just so they can bust your ass with an extra play.
Right.
At least if they think about going for it, at least if you stop them, you got the ball. But 3rd and 15, if you stop them, they still punting. You know what I mean, or whatever, or they just busting your ass and keep it moving.
Right. So, Chris, are the Eagles or a lucky football team, or the Raiders are just bad because they only lost by 11 points? The Raiders at least should have had at least 40.
I got a buddy, a good friend who's an Eagles fan, and after we watched you guys' week 1 game, we were like, maybe there's a good direction. But ever since then, the Eagles have really been inconsistent in the way that, play calling. I know that you guys pointed out. And it's weird. It's not for a lack of some good talent that's over there. I think
exactly.
I think the Raiders, we're really trending in the right direction. The records kind of shows what that is, even despite the whole coaching change. And so it's a blend. I like that the Eagles are a very competitive team in a lot of the games, but the inconsistencies are what's really hurting them. And it's encouraging for me as a Raider fan that we're taking advantage of those, as opposed to so many years of just like not doing anything with turnovers and having that same argument. Like, it's not for a lack of talent, it's a lot of lack of execution, culture, whatever you want to team adages you want to go in there.
Okay, so is your interim coach, is he going to be named the head coach?
Yeah, he's got a shot. He's undefeated right now. That's, I always will be putting out, we want to be 1-0 this week, never really looking at the big picture. But ever since Basacci came in, I'm like, well, let's just keep counting his. He's 2-0 right now. And it'd be hard to take away a guy that potentially brings us to the playoffs if that were to happen.
Uh-huh. So won't they just name him the coach now, or at least just for the rest of the season instead of this interim label?
I agree. I'll let you guys know I'm one of those Twitter Raider fans that are always going to be busting Derek Carr's chops. I like earning it every week, and so if that's what it is because here on the other side, Gruden, he didn't have to work for it. He had 10 years guaranteed, $100 million man, so he didn't need to show up ready to work every week. But I like that, if that's what it takes to have a coach that's, out here showing he has something to prove, lights a fire under Carr to have something to prove and have that trickle down effect, I'm okay with that.
Okay. So the Raiders have a bye next week. So on Sunday, November the 7th, they're coming to New York to play the Giants. Now, Saquon Barkley is supposed to play that game. Now, what is your thoughts on that game?
It's one of those, I'm one of these guys that, really gives respect around the league. The Giants had an ugly but good win for them today. And you don't want to say that any game is a must win. And again, kind of piggybacking on what I just said, we got to earn it. I don't want to say that we're going to, just come in and it's the Giants. We got to earn it against a team that really has something to prove themselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Philip, we won't be doing this next week, and the Eagles, because we won't be doing this next week, Chris, because Halloween is Philip's favorite holiday.
See this munchkin right here on my back. I got to take her out.
Yes, it's Philip's favorite holiday. Did you get your costume yet?
No.
Are you planning to get one?
Probably not.
Well, you was Jason no, that wasn't last year. That was 2019, right?
Yeah.
Last year y'all didn't do anything.
No.
Okay. So it's Phil's favorite holiday, Chris. So we won't be doing this next week. So the Eagles play Detroit. Is that a home game?
I'm not sure. Detroit stinks, so we got a good chance to beat them.
Okay, so that's your thoughts. Well, the Eagles stink too. Didn't you see them play?
Yeah, but when two teams stink, I got to go with the home team.
When two shitty teams collide, huh?
Right. So the first week we looked at real good, and Miles Sanders got 15 touches that game. He didn't sniff 15 touches the rest of the season. How is there a starting running back only get 2 carries in one game and he not hurt? That's crazy. This is the coach.
Exactly. It's in Detroit. It's in Detroit. Okay. So hopefully Miles isn't hurt and he'll be able to play. Because they started their first drive, they was looking good. Then after that, they just went downhill after that.
Now we didn't see Boston Scott all year, and he played good last year. And it took Miles Sanders to get hurt for him to start getting touches again.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep, that's your coach. Or your GM, one or the other. All right, Chris. So I'm looking at your Twitter feed, and I see you have NBA 75 hashtag link going.
Oh man.
All right. So the question I want to ask you, should Tracy McGrady be on this greatest NBA players 75 NBA greatest players list?
I'm kind of making one on the side because I get it. It's a little difficult. It's always a debate. For me, T-Mac is gonna make the list. If it's my list.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Did you say he would or he wouldn't?
He wouldn't.
Oh wait, no, I said he would. Yeah.
Oh,
I said
no. He'll
be online.
Oh shit! No,
that's what I thought you said.
Category.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, y'all, but I looked at Tracy McGrady play from the start of his career to the end of it, and I never looked at him like, whoa, he's a Hall of Famer. Much less the greatest 70. He's 75 players. There's 75 players in the NBA. He's one of them. Come on now. Come on, no, absolutely not. And then I seen Vince Carter on. They left Vince Carter out. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
See Vince Carter. I wouldn't give Vince Carter that type of recognition.
You got to be. I don't know. I see the same thing with Tracy McGrady, but I don't think he's the first ball.
But Tracy McGrady had an 8-year run where he averaged over 26 points.
Okay, but what did he do? We talked about that. You talking about points and
it's a team game. 75 greatest is individual.
Oh, okay, sir. But Allen Iverson was one star on his team, and he took his team to the championship. One star. Well, he wasn't playing with a whole bunch of people now. It was one star on there.
Was he really one star? Because Mutombo won Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, come on now.
And Aaron McKee won Sixth Man of the Year. So don't sit there and tell me by yourself.
Those aren't stars, sir.
Sixth Man of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year are stars.
No, they're not. A Sixth Man of the Year is a star in the league. Come on now.
Yes, is the best starter or is the best star off the bench. What are you talking about?
But is he a star? Okay, now, you have the Lakers.
Don't tell me AI. Don't tell me AI.
No, you have the Lakers. Okay, you have the Lakers. You have Kobe and Shaq. The Lakers now. You got LeBron, Westbrook, and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard.
Superstars.
So you
Your name is
comparing?
superstars.
So you comparing Anthony McKee to Kobe?
I said a star and a superstar. They're not the same thing.
No. No.
A six-man is a star off the bench.
Chris
not a superstar, a star.
Is Chris Webber a Hall of Famer?
Oh man.
First ballot.
Nah, not first ballot.
Thank you too, sir. Thank you again, sir. Now I'm gonna say thank you this time.
What do you mean thank you again?
Because you said he is.
No, you said thank him again. What are you thanking him again for? Because you said thank you the first time when you said McGrady was a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I was wrong. So I'm saying thank you again. Repeating my thank you to this part.
You only get
Chris Webber is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I've never looked at him and play and said, boy, that guy's a Hall of Famer.
The people that voted him as a Hall of Famer. So their vote matters, not yours.
Okay, Yao Ming is in the Hall of Fame. The whole thing is open. It's open now. Tracy McGrady is the first ballot Hall of Famer. It's all open season now.
Because it's basketball Hall of Fame, not NBA Hall of Fame.
Okay, so what did Tracy McGrady do to become a first ballot basketball?
Dominated for 8 years straight.
He dominated, but didn't go anywhere.
And so did Jordan. What Jordan? First 7 years, he dominated, ain't win no playoff games.
So Michael Jordan got championships. So
I'm talking about his first 7 years, though.
Okay, but at the end, he got championships. What did Tracy McGrady have?
Whatever.
They couldn't even barely get out the first round, but he dominated, huh?
Didn't he win some championships on the bench?
What was that in San Antonio? And that don't count, sir.
Is a championship. Did he get a ring or not?
That don't count.
Did he get a ring or not?
That doesn't count, sir. And you know it. Now you
so because he didn't lead his team, his championship on as a bench player don't count. Is that what you're saying?
That doesn't count.
Okay, whatever.
That doesn't count.
If he got a championship ring, it counts as a championship.
It doesn't count as him dominating.
Chris, what's your thoughts on that?
Wow. I mean, I got a similar debate going on in the household between like really good and then marginal greatness. So I said someone like Grant Hill, who's a Hall of Famer and 7-time All-Star. That's cool, right? But then a guy like Derrick Rose was a 1-time MVP. Whose career would you rather have? Derrick Rose's that was just a small stint of greatness, or Grant Hill, which was, a marginal or, a decent timeline of really good?
Grant Hill.
You see, I don't know, because Grant Hill got a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
But so did D Rose. That's why I said it's kind of
cool. D Rose is still playing.
Personally, I said D Rose because at least he was the league MVP one time in his life.
Right.
And I would take that. Yeah, I would take that award. I'd say I'd be a 1-time MVP over 7-time All-Star any day. That's just me.
And the All-Star stuff, can we not count this? Because Yao Ming played 5 games and he was an All-Star.
Well, I didn't count All-Stars, but I do count all NBA team. There's a difference. So all NBA teams, the fans don't vote those, the committee does. So that's why I count those as something big.
Mm-hmm. And so you still say that Chris Webber is the first ballot Hall of Famer?
And see, now you put words in my mouth.
Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Probably not.
Well, he is. I mean, and your opinion.
Well, if you want me to agree with you and say no, but I said I agree with them putting him in the Hall of Fame. I didn't say I agree he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I never fought that argument that he was first ballot Hall of Famer. I fought the battle with you about him just being in the Hall of Fame.
I look at those guys, man. Nothing screamed Hall of Fame to me. Oh, he's the greatest. Nah, I can't really call it. I don't see it.
Shit, after Chris Webber was washed up and tore his back, he still got you 20 points and 10 rebounds on the Sixers.
But what they do with him there? Now he was a star, right? Is he a star?
He was
with Allen Iverson, and what did they do?
Nothing.
There you go.
All right. Well, you can blame AI for that too. He's first ballot, so what's the difference?
No, AI took his team to the championship, fool.
Okay.
So you can't say that. AI damn near single-handedly took his team to the championship.
Ain't no single-handedly nothing.
And he won MVP, league MVP, like Chris said.
Right. MVP is a good award, but don't sit here and tell me he was by himself.
Yeah, he was by himself.
Mutombo was Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
and Aaron McKee was sixth man of the year.
So
So you're not by
so
yourself.
so the Kimmy Mutombo is Shaq, and who's Aaron McKee?
Is that what you're saying? Because I didn't.
No,
say that.
that's what you said. No, because he had
See
he
what
got
I
stars
did
on the
is
team.
see what I did is I mentioned facts. Now you just going off and making up your own stuff.
So
The Dikembe Mutombo won Defensive Player of the Year that year, and Aaron McKee won Sixth Man of the Year that year. So if you want to make up your own fantasy world and make up stats,
so the Dikembe Mutombo is Allen Iverson, Shaq. Is that what you're saying?
no, that's what you're saying.
No, you said he was a star, right?
I said he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay. No. Okay, now let's go on Aaron McKee. Now, who's Aaron McKee? He Westbrook to Allen Iverson?
Is he a six man? Westbrook is not a six man. I said Aaron McKee was a six man.
All right, Carmelo Anthony, because Carmelo Anthony will probably be six man. Is he Carmelo Anthony? Yes, Chris. This goes on every podcast on the Phil and Leroy the Judgmental podcast. We talk shit. We argue with each other.
I bring up facts, and he bring up fantasy world stuff.
I'm not bringing up fantasy world.
Chris,
Anybody
Chris
tell you?
Chris can hear it.
Anybody tell you? Okay, Chris. Did Allen Iverson single-handedly take his team to the championship?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say because he went off, especially in that finals. He went off, and I can't say that he had the overall team effort that was on the other side.
Thank you, and everybody else would agree.
So see, you're saying in the championship, but we're talking about going to the championship. So like in the championship, Mutombo got his ass kicked by Shaq. You know what I mean? So who can do that? And you can say Iverson and Kobe went tick for tack. You know what I mean? So that was kind of even, but nobody could stop Shaq in his prime.
No, yeah, that's why I think the team effort. That's
the team effort.
The
team effort helped get him to the championship. But then in the championship, AI was pretty much by itself. I would agree to that.
Yeah, I could agree with that too.
No. No. And nobody else would. Everybody would tell you that Allen Iverson took that team on his back and led them to the championship. And it wasn't no damn Dikembe Mutombo, and definitely no damn Aaron McKee. Good players.
I didn't say good players. I didn't say they was
good players.
I didn't say they was the ones that took the team to the championship. I said the team did. You like to put words in and change the words up to make it seem crazy.
They're good players, but it ain't no star and superstar, none of that mess. Nobody called damn Aaron McKee a star.
I said he was six man.
No, you said star and superstar when I start talking about
he was he was a star off the bench because he won six man of the year.
Okay.
He averaged like 16 points off the bench.
He was just a six man of the year. Nobody ever put star on his name.
You get an award for that, don't you?
Nobody ever put a star on his name. Six man of the year, yeah, but nobody said he was a star.
All right, man.
Yeah, this what goes on in the Phil and Leroy the Judgmental podcast, Chris. You can always listen every week to hear shit talking like this.
Oh yeah, I do. I dig
it.
Where Phil speak facts and Roy speak fantasy.
No, I don't. No, I do not. We had an argument. We had a Twitter argument about this all week long too, by the way. About this 75 greatest players and the people that was left out, and he thinks that Tracy McGrady should be on the 75 list.
Yeah, like the biggest argument I had for it because the way I saw the list was it's not necessarily a ranking thing. We're not necessarily saying 75 years, the 75 best players. I looked at it as commemorative because my dad let me know, that there was the 50th. There was a 50th anniversary team. And so if we're just if we're just adding on to history, I believe you add to history, you don't try to replace it. So if you were on the 50th list to be, you should be on the 75 list. And so in the last 25 years, who should be there? Who should be added onto the list? That's how I saw it.
Exactly.
But I know that they
look at it.
And so like one of the big criteria for me, which is why I brought up the Derrick Rose thing, because a lot of people dilute the MVP. but there weren't 75 MVPs in the league. A lot of dudes went on landslides in their career, winning it over and over. So I said, if you were to say he's not on the list, but if you take Derrick Rose off the list, to me, you omit 1 year in the 75 years to say your one MVP does not matter to the list. So we're going to take you off. That's one of the criteria that I looked at was, I think even as recent as Joker, we shouldn't omit you in NBA history just because, you know, it's a shorter career, it's a younger career, stuff like that. You won MVP, that matters.
I don't think that now if we talking about 75 greatest players, I wouldn't put him on that list just yet. Now, when they do the NBA 100, then he can be on the list. But as of right now, nah. I see your point though about the MVP and all that, but it's hard to take. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
Go ahead.
It's hard. It will be hard to put him on a list of 75 great, one of the 75 greatest players of all time, and he hasn't. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was like, so you have Reggie Miller. He was a better all-around player than Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller didn't win no championship, but he's on the list.
Yeah, I would put Reggie Miller on that list.
Right, but Tracy McGrady had a better career.
Still, but Reggie Miller done something with his team, man.
He didn't win no championship.
But they used to be going far in the playoffs, and then the Miles and the Palace year was supposed to be their championship year.
Hey, we ain't talking about what's supposed to be. They didn't go to championship.
So yeah, I would put Reggie Miller. How many points Reggie Miller scored in that New York Knicks game?
That's one game. Tracy McGrady.
He put a
Tracy
team on
McGrady.
his back.
All his numbers are better than Reggie Miller's. He got more accolades than Reggie Miller.
No, I would put Reggie Miller over Tracy McGrady. I'm sorry.
Well, what's your criteria? Because if you go,
my criteria is
8 years in a row, Tracy McGrady averaged over 26 points.
Okay,
Reggie Miller was a 18, 19 point type dude at some of the points in his career, in his prime.
Okay, my criteria is the stats and stuff is good. That's number one.
That's what gets you there.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, that's number one. Number two is it's a team sport, like you said. What did you do for your team? Like how I told you about Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson took his team to the championship. What did you do to your team? What did Vince Carter do?
So Tracy McGrady got his team to the playoffs, and then they got knocked off in the first round.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller got to the playoffs too, but he didn't do nothing with it. He didn't go to no championships, win no championships.
But it don't matter. They went far. They went to the conference championship.
So when you look at their overall stats, if Tracy McGrady's stats are better and he has more all NBAs, more whatever, you know what I mean, he should be in before him. No. They was talking about how Patrick Ewing made the list, but what's the name got more awards and better numbers than Patrick Ewing? Dwight Howard. Howard.
Please, I would have Patrick Ewing over Dwight Howard. Who would have Dwight Howard over Patrick Ewing?
When you put up the numbers, Dwight Howard got like 4 Defensive Player of the Years. He was runner-up for MVP like 2 times or something. You know what I mean? So when he was at his prime, his prime number was better than Patrick Ewing prime. That's why he got those big awards like that.
Okay, so
led the league in blocks in 3 or 4 years. Like he got a lot of numbers that they put up. So and this was I think it was Barkley and them that was arguing that debate. So
I think the NBA is kind of having the same criteria I'm having. So okay, the stats and all that stuff, like you said, the co-MVP or the runner-up MVP is fine. But what did you do for your team? Okay, Dwight Howard took his team one time did they go to the championship or the conference final? It was a championship, right? No, it was a conference final.
I think it was a conference final.
Okay, so he took his team to the conference final. Okay, now look at all the stuff Patrick Ewing did with his team.
Did Patrick Ewing play in a championship?
But look at how far they went to the. Michael Jordan was there. Michael Jordan was
trying to hear that. It don't matter. It don't matter. He didn't take his team to the championship either.
But he went to conference. He went to more than one conference final.
Dwight Howard got a championship and he played good for the Lakers.
Oh, come on now. Here you go with this stuff. He's coming off the bench, man.
And playing good, yes.
He was coming off the bench. Okay, you want to include that?
Compare like who led the league in blocks more times, who won Defensive Player of the Year more times, who was first team All NBA more times. And if it says Dwight Howard, then Dwight Howard should be over him.
No, see the NBA, good for the NBA. It kind of seems like they have the same criteria I have. What did you do with your team? That makes you one of the best 75 greatest players of all time. What did you do for your team? And Patrick Ewing did more stuff for his team than Dwight Howard. I'm
He
sorry.
no, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
What did he do? He didn't win no championship.
But how many conference finals did they went to?
I don't know.
All right, Chris, jump in. Dwight Howard or Patrick Ewing? And I know you having a field day laughing at us too, by the way.
Nah, man, I'm all for this kind of debates on the regular. I gotta look the new age, old age. It's one of the. That's why I said when we talk about a historical context, I find it hard to touch and detract. I don't want to replace anybody. Like on a personal take, I would take Patrick Ewing over Dwight. But my example with saying like taking dudes off the list, I'm not trying to debate stuff like that because I'm like, dude, the old dudes like Pistol Pete Maravich and Bob Cousy, they wouldn't even make a roster today.
Right.
So we wouldn't even be like, oh, KD is way better than Bob Cousy. Of course he is. And so that's why I was like, but his impact of his day, which Leroy is kind of what you're saying, like his impact, his stuff like that. That's where I believe, like, yeah, he mattered to NBA history. That's why he made the list. Other guys like, no disrespect to Dwight. I know he did his work when he was a Magic. It's just like, well, how big was your overall impact? Were you on the level of the dream team, Patrick Ewing with Larry, Magic, Jordan? Like those are icons. I don't know if Dwight was ever considered like that kind of icon.
Well, it was a few years in the NBA where Dwight was considered one of the top two centers in the league when he was runner up for MVP. Now I'm looking at Pat Ewing. Pat Ewing never won Defensive Player of the Year. With Dwight Howard, I think 3 or 4 of those.
See, you going back to stats again, Phil. But
this is what gets you in. This is what make you the greatest. Your numbers. You got to have awards.
Okay, but what did he do for his team?
Neither one of them took their team to the championship.
But Patrick Ewing went farther with his teams than what.
It don't matter if you ain't in the championship. He ain't take them to the championship.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with how we talk about football. Is Phillip Rivers a Hall of Famer to me? No, he's not. But he's going to get in because he has 67,000 yards passing. So he almost got 70,000 yards passing. That's more than Dan Marino. And Dan Marino was a gunslinger. And Phillip Rivers used to get like 400, 300,000 yards every year. But is he a Hall of Famer? I don't think so. Because he hasn't done. What did he do? He get knocked out in the first round. He'll get knocked out in the first round. So, but they'll put him in because of his numbers. So it's almost the same thing. And like I said about the Troy Aikman, Donovan McNabb got better stats than Troy Aikman, and nobody's talking about Donovan McNabb being in the Hall of Fame because why? He don't have any championships. You must be looking up some stats or something. That's why you're not saying anything.
I'm listening. No, I got stats up, but you don't want to hear stats.
No, because all right, but it comes from what you do with your team. All right, go ahead with the stats you have to say now.
Like Patrick Ewing never led the league in rebounding. Dwight Howard led the league in rebounding 5 times. Pat Ewing never won Defensive Player of the Year. Dwight Howard got 3 of those. Pat Ewing, I think he had 3 or 4 all defensive team, where Dwight Howard had 5. Like everything that he did better than Pat Ewing.
So 75 the NBA players, the greatest NBA players of all time. You will put Dwight Howard in there?
I would put him before Pat Ewing.
Okay. But if you can add him, just like how Chris was saying, instead of taking somebody away, would you add him as the 75?
Dwight Howard?
Yes.
Yes. And all the people inside the NBA said the same thing.
No. Charles Barkley drinks. Shaquille O'Neal don't be paying attention. And Kenny Smith just happy to be there. Now, who else we talk about?
They ain't saying much because you drink too.
All right, Chris. We gonna let you get out of here. Thank you for we took up you the host, you the guest, and we took up most of your allotted time. So,
hey, not a problem, man. I appreciate you guys asking me to hop on.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
All right, y'all take care.
Wait a minute. Do you want to tell everyone your social media?
Oh, sure, man. It's at AKA_Rufio. I get hyped when it's football off season and all the draft evaluations. That's when I'm probably the most active. But all the season going, you'll see a lot of Raider stuff. But I love the NFL. I just love football, so I normally show a lot of love to everybody.
Do you play fantasy football?
Yeah, man, the Chiefs heard me today, just putting up nothing. So.
Yeah, that shocked me because I thought it was going to be because the thing about Tennessee is they have no damn defense, and I thought that was going to be a back and forth battle all day long.
Right. Yeah, that hurt me bad. So that's a big L.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can reach the Judgmentals on Facebook and Twitter at PNL Judgmentals, Instagram at _Judgmentals, TikTok at PNL Judgmentals. Or you can email us at pnljudgmentals@gmail.com. I appreciate you, Chris, for joining us.
Thanks again, fellas.
And thank you for listening to us and going back and forth. We spent 20 minutes trying to show Philip the way.
Hey man, I go by numbers, not how I feel.
We'll get him right though. We'll get Philip right.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
All right. Tell Nick and Nate Diaz I said what's up.
Yeah, when I can, if I bump into them at the bar again.
All right, Chris.
All right, you guys.
All right.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash with a silver hat.